Welcome back to Captain of Industry. My name is Nilaus and I will be your guide on this Let's Play walkthrough, whatever the hell we want to call it, tutorial thing. I will be trying to explain the game as well as I can to you, and there will, since this game has been out for, I don't know, a couple of days, a week or something, then I am no expert, but I do have put a few hours into this. I have a lot of people who are following my Twitch streams, maybe you are as well, and there we learned a lot of things together, such as cholera. But what we need to do is, we have two things to do in this episode. I'll just get started on one of that. There we go. Okay, two things. I want to build better power in this episode, and if I just jump straight into that, we're gonna crash and burn because we don't have population, we don't have maintenance, we are running out of oil, of diesel. There's a million things that are gonna be crashing and burning if we just start building the power. So what we're doing instead is that first we're going to be stabilizing, and I think this is an immensely important thing about this this game, is that we need to stabilize things before we can push forward. So what are the things we want to stabilize? We need more people. We have enough food, so let's get more people so we can get that Unity, that thing going. Okay, I have to shut down power entirely, so you can already see that here are some interesting things, let's just say it like that, that we are dealing with. So already now you're seeing issues, like we are running out of workers because I had to upgrade maintenance because maintenance is running out. You know, immediately things are starting to go wrong. So if I started to design something, then it will just be a problem. So I now requested some more people coming in here. I can also use my ship for that. So let's actually have the ship just go out and explore a bit. Maybe you will find some more people. I will do one thing that's been super mentioned here. This one is, you can see it, barely, it points the wrong way. I toggle and everyone's happy now. Let's hear the roar in chat, in the comment section, that finally the second rubber maker is working. And yes, I will always admit that, I will always say that I did this just to get engagement, to get people to comment. That's how I make mistakes. Well, another thing that will also help a lot on our base, we also have extremely busy here, is let me set up alerts on all of the things that I don't want to have issues. If this drops below 25%, give me an alert. Is this one, I need to make this higher priority or lower priority, whatever the name is, more priority. No, I just want empty for these. If you're empty, then don't care. And I will also let that one be created. I will now also get a lot of these things. I need to make sure that these are these assemblers get upgraded as well, and not enough maintenance. I know. So let's make sure that this gets updated at least, so that they are producing more maintenance there, which may give issues to some other things. We need to get maintenance. Can we do the captain's office? We can go over here to the industrial edict and then lower the maintenance by 15. It costs us something, but I think we'll have to endure that loss of Unity for just a bit. I will also keep throwing more units in, more vehicles in here as we go along. So I need all of this upgraded, which is going to use more Unity. Sorry, more maintenance, but I think that we have enough maintenance if we just get this one to keep going. Location explored. Great. And we'll just head back. Can I take more? No, I can't explore anymore, so let's go back. I want to get the damaged cargo ship and the repair here, but it's too much for me to focus on in this episode because then I will just drain too many resources out of my base to handle that. So this is one of the things that we'll just have to make some trade-offs. I will be setting up warnings on the things that are important. Here, for example, I will say if it's empty, because then we have problems with there, with our rubber, with all of these things here. Is there a point to why I'm setting it to 144 sometimes and one? No, there's no point at all. There, I'm just setting it to 144 for these ones. So if and then it's power. Look at this. This is what I knew. I knew there would be a lot of things that would sort of be holding us up here. And that's also just get that in here. So something is really using a lot of power at this point. That is really crazy amount of power we are drawing on at this point. I really am surprised that we are using so much power, because these two are turned off, so they shouldn't be consuming power. Yeah, well, That is what it is. I'll just also keep building that. Right, what is it? Warnings. Yeah, let's continue on the warnings. Let's see here, just notified empty, notified empty. This just gives us some kind of overview of, do we have any problems anywhere that we need to deal with? And I don't want to set any of these priorities. All of them can be argued that they are more important. This one is actually the other way around. Notified full. So this is why they're extremely busy. I need to get rid of this. This one, take that out. This should not be sort of force empty. This should just be empty when you want to empty. Where else do we have some notifications? Oh, these ones are not. We have problems with iron coming in. That's not empty. That's empty. That one. Just get all of this set up. Not for the output. Iron supply is low. Iron supply is low? Oh yeah, iron supply, yes, for this is low. Great. Well, not great. Now, another thing that we definitely want to do, it's not going to work just yet. Oh, we only have 2 miners. Definitely get more miners here. There. And let's queue these up. Definitely, this is not going to help us right now. But if we make some loose storage here, when they have added all the loose storage they need for these parts, then they will start filling up this part here. But I can also do it one better. This is something that I used to didn't want, because in the early access, this did not work. If you set up, try to fill this one up as much as possible, then it would just basically take it from here and go back. And that was super annoying. You will never do export. You will never do truck import. You will never do truck import. You will never do truck import. So they will sometimes just go over here, which means some of the ones in our global network, they will now be able to take from this location and bring it out. That means the ones servicing in this location will be dedicated. Well, hopefully they'll be more dedicated to just going back and forth. And the rest of the stuff that they are doing is also, oh, we have a disease. That's just a cold. I'll just endure that. Since we think we have enough fuel, it's not looking great though. This one is dipping. So yeah, so we might want to to consider whether we want to go out for another thing, because every time I send my ship out, it uses more fuel. Let's do one more exploration. All right, we can always come back. Population, someone died from the cold. That's sad. And we are just getting a few more here. Our maintenance is recovering. That's good. I really need this to keep going. I now have the population, so I need to get it going. These are updated. I will need to get more of this upgraded as well, because we need a lot of production here. I don't want to be using Unity for this. We'll have to let the trucks do it themselves. You will do... I'll do that one. Just to make sure that we don't use too many trucks. After that, I'm going to move this down here so we can get a nice 3x3 square. As you can see, things are definitely... I'm not going to say problematic, but tense. I think I'm still under control. What I'm going to do is... Oh, hold on. Let's see. What is happening here is that most of our jobs are, well, freighting iron around. That's totally understandable. But also transporting a lot of rocks. And there should also be some dirt here and there. It's not so much, but primarily rocks that we're transporting. So I'm going to want to figure out more locations to build use more dirt. And I also want to get access to this large plateau. So that would mean we need to build some ramps. And if we just build those ramps now, then they will be available to us later on. I'll just do it flat. That's 3. This is 10. I'm going to get it up here. Turn it to a ramp down. Rotate it so it goes down. And then just making the flat one just to see that it is grayed out, or light gray. So now, for example, anything that's nearby could be put out here. I'm also going to make a ramp up here, and then... Oh, hello, ship. Good dodge. All right, let's go back. I can't explore anything else, right? No range. You refuse. That's perfect. Oh, very, very important. Oh, so many things important. We are gonna make some vegetables. Apparently, you can't live off French fries forever. I mean, you can, but it's not as it's apparently not as good in this game. So what we're gonna do is what has happened is these two are being converted to make vegetables, and these two ones get vegetables added on top because we have so many potatoes. Now, what does that do? Well, first of all, we are going to need to expand our food storage so we can start storing some vegetables as well. The thing is with food here, it actually gives them, if you have more than one category satisfied, so carbs and vitamins, then we'll get +8 to our health, which means over on the population view, hey, health, right, we don't have anything for health, but we get more health here. We just have base 10. We can get +8 if we give them food. We can get +10 if we get water into this part. So it is very much worth it to do these kind of things. Can I use Unity? Yeah, I'm running a bit low on Unity. Oh, I don't have that. Okay. But these will now be focused on vegetables. There. I want to move that. I want to move... Okay, I want to move this vehicle depot somewhere else. Storage-wise, slag supply is high. If only we had some place nearby that we could put the slag. That was what I was doing. Here, this is level 10. So I'm going to go to this part, and then I will be flattening it. Go down to level 3, I think. And then a flat one. Yeah. That should work. And I'll also make a ramp over here. So again, level 10. Get reach it bit out. This is level 5, I think. There. So what happens now is, for example, the slag that we're generating here will probably be dropped into this blob. The slag that we're generating here and is overfilling will probably be dropped into this location. We already have something. And that means there will be places to drop off closer. Hopefully that will help with our supply here. I'm going to build a new vehicle depot because we absolutely want to make sure that we can build them. I will build it out here. And it just needs to be that one. And do I dare quick deliver? Not really, because we're actually losing quite a lot. I'm feeling that we are getting better on our maintenance. So maybe we can stop doing that maintenance thing. Maybe, but also maybe. I will upgrade this as well. And I can also get you going. Whew. That is the power. So we are working on the power generation. We can't even start working on this until we have it. Let's look at the science. So what I want to focus on in this episode is power generation, work up to mechanical storage, which is kind of essential, and then hopefully also get to settlement power in this episode. There's other things that I want to do later on. I want to have a specific episode about dedicated to how to use the advanced logistics control. And one of the other very important things is getting the cargo depot, which means we have to get the oil rig and the cargo ship repaired as well. Those are definitely things that are must-dos. I actually want this before I want the settlement power. There. So it's going to be power generation, mechanical power, pipes, and then power for the settlement. That will be our sequence of events here. We are still going really busy. Can I bump it? No, I can't, because we are not getting enough here, and we're not getting enough because we're not getting enough iron. Why are we not getting enough iron? Well, there is enough iron, and there's certainly enough coming in. It was just stalling a bit because we couldn't get rid of the slag, but now that it's a much shorter distance to drive the slag, I think it's going to be easier to do. You can already see that there's starting to be some work here, some work here. What about the one over here? Yeah, it's also getting something. So it's now choosing the hopefully the closest one and not just any one. We're going to continue to do some design work in the base. I want this one to go first, so I'm not going to be unpausing that. I don't want the trash to be next to the food. That seems like a bad thing to do generally, so I'm going to move the trash over here. The trash will be going in here, and then I'll actually put it into a okay, so here's the thing. I can't put a warning on this one. That means I don't know when it's full except when they start getting sick. So what I want to do is I want to build the trash out into a box, and when the box is full, then I'll throw a warning, because I think that's safer. There and there. Not enough maintenance. Are we sure we're not enough maintenance? No, it's just because this one got updated. So as it got updated, it increased the capacity, and then it suddenly looked at, oh, we went from 80 to 60%. It must be because we lost something. Crisis management, don't need that. I don't think enough maintenance is a problem though. So I'm gonna just gracefully ignore that for now. I'll just even click it away. Slag supply is high. That's still a problem, and when we have this built, we are going to get additional vehicles out here. But in the meantime, we can spend a bit of time looking at this. Here is a hint I got in the comment section. Thank you very much for that. If I don't choose anything, if I just click on this, it actually gets the right pipe for us immediately. And here's also another thing. If you do this, you can't get by, but if I press R, it can sneak by. There. And then press R again because I want it to snap. And then it snaps in there. This one will be waste. And then it needs to be absolutely emptied. I'm just going to use my waste to build hills and stuff. Waste hills. New refugees. Good. Population increased. That is excellent. This one has started working again. And we start making some more vehicles. I really want to do it. But 1.4 at this point is not great. I will be taking you out. I'll be taking all of this out. And then unfortunately that means more commands to be executed quickly. Oh, look at the rubber. The rubber is perfectly fine. So at this point, we have now cargo depot should not be this research. Go away. We don't have the cargo depot. I want to get that one. I just spent time on doing this. There we go. Yes, don't want to do cargo depot. What did I just get? Not enough maintenance. It's going up to 73. It was at 67 before. I think we have enough, right? We do have enough. And these warnings here, they are priority. Priority 5 might be a bit excessive, but priority 8 is still, you know, maybe I'm correct that it's priority 5. I need this one to keep going. And if we look at it, this is the one that is kind of holding us up. We are burning a lot of the same materials as well for our power. If only power was the objective for the episode today. This is also problematic because I will be needing this power here. I need the power. Okay, we need to build up more workers. Oh, really? We need to build up more workers because we need it for our power plant. And come on, you can do it. When it gets to 22, then I can execute this there. Right. This is working. This is building up a good repository. We are definitely going to need that. And this part is also half going in here and half going onwards. Right now, we're using a lot of the construction parts 1 for this one. Small excavator has no fuel. It's coming in, so that might mean that we probably would like to have one more fuel vehicle coming in. And we'll build a few more vehicles here as well to keep that going. How is our coal doing? Coal is doing absolutely wonderful. Brilliant. And that's because we have 3 and that's good. I think it's time for us to finally start working on the design for our electricity. And I'm going to explain it. We are going to use these high pressure turbines and we're going to use the power generators. The high pressure turbines, I'll just build it here and then I'll try to see if that's the right place. Yeah, I think it is. That one. So I don't want to build it all the way over here because I kind of feel that this is a great place to have like a shipyard coming in and then oil being built at this point. And therefore I don't want to have this too close. Might even go, oh yeah. So how does this work? Well, it works by, if you put steam in, it gets low quality steam out or low pressure steam out, and it generates 1 megawatt of mechanical power. Each of these, they're built on a shaft like this. Doesn't matter which way you put it, but if you build it like so, then each of those will consume 500 kilowatt of mechanical energy and make 300 kilowatt of electricity. So one of these will in total generate 600 kilowatt of electricity. That's pretty good. And we can build them as long as we basically like, and doesn't matter what sequence you're building it in. So basically I'm going to build a design here that is, let's see, I don't want to get too close to that. I don't want to get too far away from it. have 4 of these, that will be 2 megawatts, and it'll be 1.2 megawatt of energy, of electricity coming out the other end. 1, 2, 3, and I always misplace the 4th one apparently. And then we copy. There. So this will be a simple power plant. Now, later on, we will have some, I'm kind of wondering if this is, we'll have some cooling towers to take the cold, the hot steam, the high steam, and turn it into water. That unit will be a 5x5. So this is a 5x5. That means we can use this for sort of simulating where I want it. Because what happens is that after the cooling tower, there'll be a line going out and going down here. And I want that to be merging back in here, so that I can recycle the cold steam or the low quality steam. I can't do that at this point, so we'll just have to, well, honestly, just throw it away, which is really bad, but it's kind of the only way we have. I will rotate this as such, and then I will flip it. There. Each one of these you take 48 water. That's the same as one groundwater pump. Make it 48 steam. Take a lot of coal. That's why we have to have the coal ready. And I'll put it as 48 plus 48 steam. And that's exactly why we need the pipes as well. Because if I do it like this, which I am, then I will not be able to support the full build. Because that will be 48 plus 48, 96 steam flowing in this pipe in this segment. But I won't be able to do that because, well, these can only handle 60 throughput. So I need pipes level 2 to handle this. So that, but this means steam comes in, steam goes into the turbines. Turbines generate mechanical power. That goes into here. When we get mechanical power storage, then we have the next part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare it for the low quality, low pressure steam coming in, and align it with this. So now I can say, when we have the low pressure steam coming out from here, not now but later, it goes into this one together with the water, and then it gets recycled. That is good. Then we're also going to get the smokestack. I'll build it like that. New refugees, perfect. Unfortunately, that's not what we can do at this point. Oh, that's okay. Smokestack here. So we have to just vent our steam at this point. And it's a bit sad, but it's unfortunately the way we have to do it. And we're going to build it in here. And this one will connect. So now at this point, we have all of the inputs and outputs, except sort of the overall input of water coming in. And iron supply is low. Yeah, this is just, it's just burning really, really quickly. But I need to build up my my storage here. And how many workers do we have? We have 26 workers. Keep working on the workers. Keep working on workers. Back to here. What I want to do is, or what I need to do is, I need to build another one of these, because I am going to get 48 plus 48 water in. That means 2 pumps. I am not super happy about this. So what I need to do is, or what I want to do is actually lower it to ground level and then make a ramp over instead. I think that's going to be nicer. So that means I'm just going to destroy all of this now. Oh, we're at 91. Yeah, so I'm going to take that out. We're at 90. I hope it can keep up. Damn, we'll hope it. No, not that. We need to delete. And it is deliberate that I don't build this one yet, because I'm not 100% sure of the location. I am actually 100% sure of the location. What I also want to do is make it not all of it at once, because that will be, I can build half of it. So for example, if I do this shouldn't work. This really, really shouldn't work, but it does. So we are just going to be accepting that it works. It really, really shouldn't work that you can pump it through some ghostly images in here, but you can, and therefore we'll do it for now. And then we get the mechanical power storage, which is going to be the next part of what we want. They're still extremely busy. Let's build a few more vehicles. Okay, now we've killed our water as well, so that's no good. And I'll build these as well. So let's restore the water supply. Restore the water supply, and I'll build it there. Like that. And you can see the vehicles, they won't even go through a ghostly image of this. And that means that when we need fertilizer, I'll just have to accept that fertilizer has to come up from one level up. Not a problem. This there. Next one. This one isn't built yet. What? Get on with it. Need to go over here. That one. And now comes the next part is if I look at a vehicle ramp, they only have 3 tiles underneath. So if I want to make a vehicle ramp, I have to do it here. And I want to make it as close as possible because we do want to make sure that I have room for potentially a few more farms over here. So I want to have a slim line here. This one though is essential to build quickly. And we'll build the next part. And that'll be out here. So this is the other 48. Oops. In order to get the whole thing operational. Currently we don't need 2 times 48 coming in. But hey, we need now. That's it. Let's get this working as well. Get this working. So we get our food production back online. I'm going to burn through a lot of Unity here to get this on back online. There. Wood supply, slag supply is high. Yeah, they're still extremely busy. It's to be expected that they'll be really busy while I'm working on such a big build here. Oh, right. You know what I don't have? I don't have the coal inbound. That's kind of important. And I'm perfectly happy that you're asking, why are you using a vehicle input here? I agree. Yep. That goes up. I am though. Here. And this needs to go become under. And this, if I can. I'd like to prioritize it, but that's not an option. And this one will have really, really high priority. Because if this goes out, I am dead. Very, very dead. What about this area? Oh, wow. That's totally the right time to look at that. Oops. Why is it? It needed to be level. Oh, it needs to be flat. Level 5. Good. We just need to make sure that all of this gets mined. Here we go. And this area covers all of that area. There you go. So they are not going to run out of places and things to do. What do we have? We have most of it built at least. Oh, did I? No. Unity here. Okay, so I don't have anything, and that's because we are now absolutely destroying all of our demand part here. So we need to get the iron inbound. Iron is good. Iron is good. That one needs outbound, and yeah. So we are kind of busy right now. We have 17 workers. We could use a few more workers, but let's look at the good news. Maintenance is 100%. Science is working. Diesel is looking good. Goodish. We have not enough Unity, to be honest. Unity is a big problem. Let's have a look at now that they should be eating some vegetable as well. Let's go into this overview. This is really weird, this overview. It says that it gets plus 15 and plus 20%, but over here it just says plus 1. Because I need to go into this view. And you can see now my base health is 10 plus 8 because they now have food. Different types of food. Good. And the food here is plus 1.35. So we've increased it. Potatoes plus 15. vegetable plus 20, and then base, the fact that they have food, is plus 1. So this is good. We can add water or we can add electricity, and then it'll increase further. But water is going to be a bit difficult. I could steal it from here, and I might want to steal it from there. But it'll just compete with our production over on this location, which I don't really want. I really don't want it to compete against this. So here, all of these are getting in here. What I am going to... Oh, wow, this one is not built. That's kind of unfortunate. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just wait a bit until these things are working, so that they can kind of settle down a bit, and we can just see it in action. Right, so things are built now, and we can just fire this up as well. Now, there are two things. We have research pipes now, so what I want to do is I want to upgrade the pipes. I don't know if it's enough to just update this one, but since it's so cheap, I will be upgrading the entire row here, just to be consistent. There we go. They're now being updated to Mark II pipes. You could say that I didn't need to do all of that in advance. But I did. And then we also have the new flywheel. So I think it's easier to show what the flywheel does by not having it and then enabling it. So we'll start these two for construction. Actually, only one of them for now. All right, so what happens here, to see how this works. Water comes in here, 96 per second, which means that's actually good. 48 plus 48 and goes out 48 plus 48. So nothing is needed for higher capacity. However, coal comes in, gets here, turns into steam and exhaust gas. Water comes up, steam comes into these pipes, goes in here, gets converted. What happens is that you can have this trigger here, auto balance. What it does is that it will then say, when there's enough power, it'll just turn off the power plant so it doesn't consume any steam. That's great, except it'll just, when it needs to start up again, it'll just need some lead up time to get up, and that means it's going to be starting and stopping all the time, and that's a problem. So if you take auto balance here and flip this on, because that means will make sure that it doesn't burn a maximum rate all the time. You can see that it goes in, it adds more mechanical power, it outputs, everyone's happy, this looks great, and as soon as it goes up here, then it'll stop. Now we actually saw this, the flywheel actually got built a bit too early, because you can see how instead of 9 megawatt of power storage, we have megawatt seconds, just call it joules, all right? Megajoules stored, then it has 89. So that means now it works at 100% until the flywheel is up to speed and builds up to something. This red line represents how much of the power we're actually consuming. And then at some point when it's satisfactorily filled, then it will shut off these turbines so they stop consuming. And then it'll take a while before they start up again. And during that time when they have shut down, they won't consume anything. So it's soon hopefully we'll see that they switch to idle. There we go, switching to idle. And that means at this point they are not consuming anything. You will also see the exhaust will stop soon as well, because they will not export anything. And you can see the power is being drained from the flywheel as it slows down. And once it goes down, then we can see these are getting started back up again. And that's basically the rhythm. It means it does save a bit of power, but the reason for the lead up time and the fall down time means that you really need to make sure that there is enough capacity here so it doesn't spend all of its energy ramping up and scaling down. So you want to have it work for some time. What is ready for us at this point? Let's have a look how many of the construction parts. We have 100 construction parts. That is excellent. And we also have settlement power coming in really soon. So I will just start building all of these things. So now we have 2 flywheels. That means the overall capacity here is 169 megawatt second, megajoule. Thank you very much. And that will mean that they will work up to a higher degree before they take a pause. And that means the pause will be longer. If you add more, then you can have a longer pause. But of course, it also is more resources put in. I don't know the perfect balance of this. I built 2. I honestly think that looking at it, more than 2 is better. No more research selected. That is excellent, because that means we can start working on some of the next researches, such as that one, or even go into storage 2, and food market 2 would be good. Food market 2 can store 2 different resources. That would be excellent. Also, reconstruction efficiency would be nice. There's a lot of things that we want to do. So this is now using all of our construction parts to get the next one up and running. I will be switching these to auto balance as well, so that they will auto balance. This is complaining because there's no output. Now you should stop complaining. Thank you very much. And this one is also coming in here. Great. It's still very busy, but it's not extremely busy. We now have settlement power. What does settlement power do? Well, it's just a very simple building. Now that we have the power operational here, we're now up to 2.75. Once we have the last few builds, we are going to be disabling the diesel power. We're not going to dismantle it because we might actually need it for just emergencies. But we'd like to get these built 20 plus 20 plus 20. Okay, so 60 more of the construction parts here would be nice to have. Iron ore supply is low. That's really weird that it's iron ore supply low. I'll just throw one extra in here. That's weird. Like, they're not actually able to go back and forth fast enough. I think it's because it's just demanding so damn quickly now. But, you know, iron is keeping up, so that's good. And also we are able to empty this one. And I think a big part of why we are able to empty this is because we have a ramp being built very, very, very close. Whew. Diesel is looking good. And we have our power. I will now disable this and hope that it works. That will save a lot of diesel. And that's absolutely phenomenal that we can save a lot of diesel. I can then use this opportunity to send out and explore just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And is this one done? Oh yeah, it was the settlement power. That's what I wanted to build. Do we want to build it next to the trash? I don't know. Not next to this spot. I'll build it up here. It's a very simple little build, so we can remove it soon. Transformer. Let's build in this corner. And do you require? You also require that. Okay, so that's going to be taking just a bit of time to get that done. And so it is built. Our transformer station here. It takes 223 kilowatt of power, so that's a massive amount of power. But what it does is it gives us plus 1.2 electricity or unity per cycle. So now our unity is much better. I love that it starts outside and here the food is good because we now have vegetables as well. The electricity, the population overview, this one we have good supply here. What the next time we want to do is actually get, even with the cold, we don't actually have a problem. The next thing we want to do is definitely get water in. It is actually not a big deal to get water in here. I think we can sneak it from this one and just get it out here and dump it, but it's just something I think it's much better to do in the next episode. Ship is fully repaired and slag is still high, but we'll get it, right? We'll get it. I'm feeling okay. Why is this extremely busy all the time? Well, the thing is, I am really mass producing things here, so there's a lot of transports going back and forth to this location. There are lots of trucks are keeping up. Once this one stabilizes, for example here, now more of it will be allocated over here. Once this stabilizes, and it will very soon, then we'll see that the demand will drop significantly. And then everything will suddenly become quiet and it'll just be chugging along. So as we've just come out of a massive construction phase, then it'll quiet down again. And that's the point where we can start doing the next. Now, what will be the next? The next will absolutely be getting out here, getting this one repaired, getting this one repaired, and start making an oil facility here, as well as getting water into our little population storage and upgrading that as well. Probably also looking into the advanced logistics here, which will just simplify a lot of things as well. So that's really good. Oh, we got the cargo depot. That is a good indication that is the next thing we want to make. Now this is the power supply. At this moment in time, it is ready to be expanded with cooling towers once that comes in, which is sort of the next tier of tech, but I don't want to be pulling this out. What you can also see is that it's pretty clear or pretty easy to make multiple of these, and this one is producing 1.2 megawatt of power, so it'll work a bit, but we probably honestly need an extra one, not in the not too distant future anyway. Thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this this guide on how to do it. Let's play, and I'll be structuring whatever we come up with for next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, be sure to hit the like button if you do. Leave a comment below if there's something you think I'm missing or you'd like to have better explained or anything like that. And of course, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. There will be lots more Captain of Industry here on the channel. And if you want to go even further, then let me just mention that I do have a Patreon where you can support me and the channel here. So thank you very much to the people who are doing that. Until next time, take care. And as always, stay effective.